All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Yahweh being the name of the Father who the world everybody calls God. Yahweh, meaning he exists. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahushai, who the world everybody calls Jesus Christ. Yahushai, meaning he is salvation. Bahashem, in the name. Rakaha Kodash, Spirit Holy. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth and risking their own lives through the four corners of the earth. To the Akwatim, listen, learn the sincerity and the truth and the silence. Shalom. Akyam, meaning brothers. Akwatim, meaning sisters. Shalom, meaning peace be unto you. This is your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson. Right? Now, we'll get right into it. This article on Invasion News USA from about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, August 8th, 2024. The hopeful year of Jacob's trouble coming to pass. You see the title here: Investigative Journalists, over 85,000 unaccompanied migrant children trafficked into the U.S. have been kidnapped. All right, and we know these devils. They have a bloodlust. They have a lust for blood. The achrome, if you know, you know. You know, and this is just on the southern borders. This is taking place with what's going on over there in the Ukraine. Right, these children, man. You know what I mean? These elites, it's big business. These elites, these upper crust ruling class elite families, they lust for children. They commit all kind of abominable acts with them. They sacrifice them. You know, they are sex magic. Right? They're abominable. Let's get a scripture. Wisdom of Solomon. Right? And we know America the Great, Babylon the Great. They worship Babylonian deities, Babylonian gods, ancient Egyptian gods. They worship Molech. They worship Baal, right? These gods are repackaged and renamed, right? But they sacrifice to these gods. These are things that the Canaanites were doing. We're going to read it right now, right? But these Edomites, they've taken on the practices of these ancient Sumerian, Babylonian, Egyptian deities. Wisdom of Solomon 14. Verse 21. And this was an occasion to deceive the world, for men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name. And this is going into the Hamites. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High. But whereas, right, it says here, erred in the knowledge of the Most High, right? Their knowledge is of demonic, pagan deities, right? The Lord's only dealing with the Israelites, right? The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites, right? And this is what these elites, right? What the Hamites were doing in these times. These elites do these things today. They sacrifice children. They have secret ceremonies, right? Strange rites, you know. There's an account of what's her name there? The um, Hillary Clinton. There's accounts that on the dark web, she's um sacrificed a child, man. Her and her I believe her presidential aide at the time, right? And peel off the child's face, right? Let's read this. Um, Investigative journalist and muckraker.com CEO Anthony J. Rubin warns that over 85,000 unaccompanied migrant children have been kidnapped since they entered or were trafficked into the U.S. and have since disappeared. According to Rubin, a source within the Department of Health and Human Services has supplied him and his investigative team with just 8,500 names of the over 85,000 children that have gone missing. What was the name of that movie that came out? Oh man, it came out and it was critically acclaimed. Um, I can't remember, man. It came out maybe 6 months ago to a year ago of the child trafficking in the U.S. or down about the southern border. I can't remember the name of the movie, but this is what these elites do. The list contains the names of the children, the addresses where they were delivered, said Rubin. Rubin's investigative team visited some of the addresses where children were put up with supposed sponsors in New York State, only to find that the addresses led to dead ends. In Amityville, Long Island, where children were supposedly put up, the address only leads to an abandoned house. It is unclear where the children who were delivered there are now. We are at this house in 321 Broadway, Amityville, New York, on Long Island. This is one of thousands of addresses that we have been provided by a government insider. Allegedly, two children were discovered, Salakia. Allegedly, two children were delivered to a sponsor that lives in this address, said Rubin, in a short video posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, featuring him standing right behind a large house with boarded up doors and windows, cracking walls and vines creeping up them. But as you can see, nobody lives here. And honestly, it doesn't look like anybody has lived here in quite a long time. Nobody knows where those kids went. They could be on the other side of the country right now. They could be in a totally different country, he added. Unfortunately, they might not even be alive. Nobody really knows. Over 500,000 unaccompanied migrant children roaming the US. Let's see what this video says here. Lord willing, it's not too long.
Okay, so right now we are looking for some of the 85,000 unaccompanied alien children that have gone missing under the Biden administration. We are at this house here, 321 Broadway in Amityville, New York, on Long Island. This is one of thousands of addresses that we have been provided by a government insider. Allegedly, two children were delivered to a sponsor that lives at this address. But as you can see, nobody lives here, and honestly, it doesn't look like anybody's lived here in quite a long time. So nobody really knows where those kids went. They could be on the other side of the country right now. They could be in a totally different country. Unfortunately, they might not even be alive. Nobody really knows. But this is part of a massive report that we are putting together.
And that's it on that. But yeah, that's what these this is the business that these elites are in, man. They have a bloodlust for children, right? And Edomite truthers, they're causing their tongues to fall upon themselves, right? He may be a Jake, he may not be a Jake, but the Lord's putting a spirit on these, or perceives you to be Edomite, to whistleblow, to speak, right, about the wickedness that these Salakia. Salakia on my computer. where was I? Yeah, the Lord's putting the spirit on these Edomites to speak, man. You know what I mean? But scripture came to mind before the computer started bugging out. My Lord will have come back. But let's look at some of these oh yeah, Leviticus 18. Leviticus 18, I believe it's the second or third verse. Points in 3. Leviticus 18 and 1. It says here, laws on immoral relations. And it reads, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yashai spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, right? The Israelites, Israel being a people before it's a place, and say unto them, I am the Lord Yahweh your power. After the doings of the land of Egypt, right? The Hamites, after the doings of the inhabitants of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, right, them Hamites, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances, right? So them Hamites were bugging out, man. They're drinking blood. They're offering up children to sacrifices, right, to their gods. And these elites, right, they're blood drinkers, man. Right? They're blood drinkers. Let's go to scripture right here. Leviticus 18 and 21. And thou shalt not, and this is a law, a commandment, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord Yahweh thy power. Right? The this is a god right here, a deity, a Babel, an Egyptian deity, Molech, right? And passing thy seed through the fire, that's child sacrifice. Strong's H 4432. And these elites today, these these JOOs, they worship Molech, man. Don't get it twisted. They worship Baal, right? They read from a book called the Egyptian Talmud, right? Molech. Strong's H 4432. The power of the Ammonites and Phoenicians, to whom some of the Israelites sacrificed their infants in the valley of Hinnom, right? Some Israelites, some Jake, they learned the way of the heathen. They took on the way of the heathen and did his practices, right? And those spirits, those Jake spirits, they're back today, right? The athletes, the entertainers, the superstars, right? They've offered up their children, the Will Smiths of the world, the Dwayne Wades of the world, the Dr. Dre's of the world, right? The root word, Strong's H 4427. Oh, that's just Malak King Khan. So yeah, Moloch is a Babylonian, ancient Egyptian deity. Let's see what I have here. Nothing too long. Nothing. Deuteronomy 12. Deuteronomy 12. Verse 31. My computer's jacked up, man. Deuteronomy 12, verse 31, it reads, 30th verse, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, right? These other gods. After that, they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, right? So the Lord warning the Israelites, don't learn the ways of the Canaanites, who are Hamites, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise, right? Don't be curious about these other gods, these heathen gods. Thou shalt not, thou shalt not do so unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. For every abomination to the Lord Yahweh, which he hateth, have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods, right? So these elites today, right? They're huge on they're big on child sacrifice, man. They're big on the blood drinking, right? Anytime there's war, you know, children go missing, man. You know, there's thousands of kids, thousands of children have gone missing during in this Ukraine conflict. There's thousands of Palestinian children gone missing in this Gaza conflict. There's thousands of children. This 85,000 number, trust me, it's more than that. Gone missing on the southern border. These blood drinkers, they're wicked, man. And the Lord Yahweh Shemashai gonna come and judge all of them, man. Every last one of them. So with that, call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to teach one rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect.